We built a bath caddy that does the usual bath caddy things, but ours has embedded LEDs. Because if you're going to take a relaxing bath, why not take a relaxing bath with an integrated light show? Our bath caddy is made of 3 different kinds of wood. It features the usual parts, the part that holds up your electronics, the part that holds your wine glass, and of course a tasteful candle. But ours has other things. Well, for one thing, everything's nailed down, so it can't fall off. And 2, we have these really cool LEDs here that light up and give you a soothing light show while you're taking your bath.
This caddy will be 36 inches wide, so the first step is to cut a couple boards to 36 inches so we can cut it into strips later. The wood used is just regular red oak from the hardware store. We found a good straight board we could use, and some darker brown wood that we had on our rack. We're not really sure what it is, but it looks great when it's stained. These 36-inch boards are cut into 1-inch strips, and then we take some 2-foot poplar boards and cut them into 1-inch strips as well. Then we clean up the edges of all 9 strips by sanding. The bath caddy will feature embedded LED lights in the surface. These are going to be color-changing LEDs that'll make a really nice little light show. The LEDs will be covered by jewel lenses, usually used for guitar amps. And here you can see the holes being drilled for both the LEDs and the jewels. The electronics will be controlled by 2 switches on the front of the bath caddy, and here you see the 2 holes for the switches being drilled. The 9 strips of wood are then laid out in alternating types to be glued. This gives us a 36-inch reach, but a central desk area or flat area in the center of 2 feet. The interrupted strips on the left and right look cool, and they also make the caddy lighter to carry. Both good features.
This bath caddy is going to feature an electronic candle instead of a regular candle, and some other electronics. Because when you're in the bath, I'm sure you're thinking, how can I bring more electronics into the tub with me? So our electronic candle is going to be powered by a central power source underneath the bath caddy, and it's going to sit inside this glass orb thing, artistic looking thing that's going to sit on top of the bath caddy. And this artistic orb thing is going to be screwed down to the top of the bath caddy so it can't fall off. So we need 2 holes in this glass cup, one for the wire that's going to power our LED flickering light, and the other for the screw that's going to hold it down. Now to drill this, we're going to use the drill press, and we're going to use a masonry bit to come down through here and cut the 2 holes that we need in the bottom of this. Now I've done this before, and it works pretty well. This is a cup, and so to keep everything cool, I can just pour water in here, and it's going to hold the water, and the drill press will go through and cut the 2 holes we need. That's not a problem. The problem is it takes a while. I have to sit here and hold the drill press and just kind of look around while it slowly eats its way through the glass. That's boring. So we're going to automate this process. We're going to use a high-tech bungee cord and a really high-tech jug of glue to hold the drill press down so that it will drill the holes while I go do something else.
Here's the artistic thing, some water poured in to keep it cool. The drill bit is placed where I want the hole cut. And then drilling begins with the weight added to the drill press. And now we have an impromptu robot that's happily drilling a hole in the glass while I go and do more interesting things like sand wood and listen to music and clean up the shop. Because we've been building a lot of stuff and the shop is a real big mess right now. Wow, that was a lot faster than expected, and I didn't have to lift a finger. The new hole is plugged with a piece of tape so we can pour some more water in and drill the second hole. It went just as well. Here's the sanding I was doing while the holes were being drilled. I don't have a planer, so the sander's all we got, and in this case, it's all we need. We need a hole for the electronic candle wire to come from underneath the caddy where the power supply will be, so here I am drilling that hole. Slats are added to the bottom, both to prevent the caddy from moving left and right, and also to make it stronger. Then a 3-inch hole for the wine glass is drilled. If you're thinking I should have done this earlier, you're right. Next time I build a bath caddy, I will drill this hole earlier. I cut a channel for the wine glass neck to go in and out of the wine glass holder. And then I add the boards that will hold the electronics vertically or horizontally while you're in the tub. I use the same type of wood they're sitting on, the brown mystery wood and red oak here. This completes the basic structure. All these lights will require wire, and that wire will need to be concealed inside the caddy. So I cut these half-inch strips to make a wiring labyrinth underneath the bottom of the caddy. And then I glue those strips to the bottom of the caddy. Could we have hidden the wires inside the wood? Yeah, but it would have made the wood weaker and it would have required a lot more effort. And this is just a bath caddy and this side isn't seen anyway, so we decided this was the way to go. A labyrinth hidden under the top of the caddy.
Now that you have seen how this board was built, we have red oak, poplar, and some other third thing. I'm going to use this tung oil because it brings out the natural colors of the wood and really makes it like nice and sparkly, but not the sparkly part. Anyways, let's go. Alright, now that my hands are no longer blue, the thing is stained. Have a nice day.
3 coats of satin polyurethane are added, both to make the bath caddy look good and to make it as waterproof as we can. And now the wiring begins. You can see the battery box screwed onto the bottom here, and that drives all 6 LEDs plus the LED candle. The button battery in the LED flickering candle is replaced by 2 wires that'll go to our power supply. That way we can have one power supply that runs everything. Then the 2 switches that will control the flickering candle and the light changing LEDs are added, and the LED arrays are soldered together. Everything is connected on the back, and here you can see the wiring for the flickering LED candle. The 6 pairs of color-changing LEDs will use the other channels in this labyrinth, and will all be covered over by wood when we're done. There are 3 pairs of color-changing LEDs on each side, and they're held in by hot glue. We didn't really see the need to do anything more high-tech. Hot glue does the job, and it holds it very securely. While the wiring and soldering is underway, I cut 10 self-adhesive rubber strips. These rubber strips are then stuck to the 5 wooden strips that stick out on the left and right of the bath caddy. These are the areas that will touch the tub and are most likely to get wet, so this is an attempt at waterproofing the wood. Wiring complete and everything tucked in. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Then the jewels are inserted into their pre-drilled holes. Hot glue is sufficient to hold them in place because, well, these aren't really going to be bearing much of a load. Well, at least not the way I take baths. Your mileage may differ. Everything's wired and this is what it looks like in the dark. Pretty cool, huh? With the wiring complete and tested, it's time to cap off those open trenches in the labyrinth with some pieces of wood. We're gluing them on because we don't really see the need to go in and work on these. If we blow an LED, we can pop these off fairly easily. And this makes it waterproof, or at least water resistant. But we did leave the battery pack exposed so the lid could be removed and the batteries could be replaced. You see, we're using rechargeable batteries because we keep those in our Dome of Destiny. That keeps them charged for us. Go check out that video. It's a good one.
The bath caddy is complete and ready for the tub. Let's go take a bath. You know, there's nothing like enjoying your favorite beverage with a flickering candle while you enjoy watching Netflix or YouTube or whatever here in the tub on your custom-made bath caddy. It's very relaxing. I recommend that you do this. This bath caddy is going to get a lot of use. It already has with some of our other family members, and it's been very highly recommended. So we're very pleased with this. I think it's waterproof enough to get the job done. We'll see how it goes in the future. Might add some more coats of polyurethane if we need it, but right now I think we got it. I think we got it. Everything works pretty good here. Thanks to our patrons for helping us build weird things like this. We love you. Your comments, your support and everything really means a lot to us. And we've got some new stuff coming just for you in the next couple of weeks. We're going to put some additional content up for all of our patrons on the channel, on the Patreon side, so that'll be good. If you like what you see here, subscribe, ring that bell so you'll always see the weird stuff that we build. and there's always more. In fact, I'm going to go out and build more in just a minute. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.